can be a great people, Kal-El, they wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way.
Hey everybody, welcome to the video, and welcome to the flea market. A little bit sunny today, but it is nice and cool again, thank God. It was getting pretty hot there the last couple of days, and by hot I mean like in the 80s. My cart keeps wanting to turn on me and someone's trying to pull out. Alright, but it's a Friday, usually dollar days at the flea market. So I got my coffee again. I need to go to Costco and get more bagels and coffee and everything, so that way I don't have to stop. Let's go ahead and get in there. We're looking for items to resell, eBay, online, eBay and Mercari, and buy low, sell high is the name of the game. Hopefully we don't spend too much because this is a Friday. They are doing construction. Always trying to keep my costs low. One thing that can get out of hand is your buy costs, and then you get so much money tied up into your items, and they don't turn around, in the time that you would like, or the time that you may like. I was talking with somebody last night, and they were saying, they're kind of afraid to get started because, they have to buy the stuff and they're not sure if it's going to sell that quickly, and that's, you're going to have to get started somewhere. You're going to have to realize that you're going to have to invest some money up front and invest what you're willing to wait on to get back. All right, let's get in there and see what we can find. It's getting loud over here. All right. And there's construction noise, airplane flying overhead. There's a lot going on today. I like nice, calm mornings. I could deal with, crowds and people and everything, but, the construction going on and all this other stuff, kind of annoying. As you can see, there's still vendors still trying to get in over here. So, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they don't have enough staff or what, or I'm not sure. But a lot of disruptions this morning. Now to go back along, with the buy cost and all that. There you go.
All right.
Thank you. If you don't have a flea market, or if you're not a garage sale person, your buy costs may be kind of high. I have a bunch of Dixon flannels coming in. Should be here soon, any moment now, which I'm going to be listing on eBay. And I was able to get them at actually a pretty shockingly low price, but $5 a flannel. Now, other brands and all that, you typically wouldn't want to be paying $5 a flannel, but Dixon's kind of a bolo brand. But when these opportunities arise to make a purchase on something that may be really good, there's a bunch of people over here. You want to be able to have the funds to make large purchases. And in order to do that, you got to sell the smalls. You got to sell all this small stuff. All these items, that $1 turn into 15, a few dollars here turn into 20 or 30, in order to build up your business and build up your cash flow. Because you definitely don't want to miss out on, high dollar items that will sell for even more high dollar items. Sometimes you got to spend more to make more profit. How are you going to do that? Build up your bank account, basically, with all these other things, like these mice I sell, for $15 to $20. That just adds to the profit. All right, some pretty loud music over here. I don't know. I just saw a big crowd over here, and it just drew me over here. Usually it's tools. Yeah, tools or some weights. Oh, we got it over here. Big bin. All right. That was really that was really nothing. Like, what the heck? All right, let's see what's going on. There's some. Oh man, I hope they're having copyright issues all week, and I hope this is, this music that's playing right now doesn't trigger anything on YouTube world. But maybe if I just keep talking, we should be okay. And I'm trying to make sure I keep my. Sometimes when I have a coffee cup with me, it'll cut out like half the screen here. I'm trying to keep my coffee cup out of the way, out of the camera view. There's a lot of dust and particles flying around. I think this is the guy that's usually set up in the front. There is a guy that brings boxes. Usually everything's $1. I'm trying to find him because he usually has some good stuff. But he comes in a big old box truck. But I'm not seeing him around. Well, I'm not going to know where he's at, really. Well, definitely not set up over there. All right, let's start attacking these aisles, and let's see what we can find. There's some issues going on over there. The flea market manager is out. And he's telling people not to buy at this one vendor. Don't think that he, that's kind of cool. Look at that. I put this coffee down. I think they're saying that they got in without paying somehow. How much is this one right here?
$1.
$1? All right, cool. There you go. Thank you. Okay. Let's keep moving here. Huh. That's the vendor who I kind of stopped buying from because her prices really went up, which, is her right, whatever, that's what she wants to do. I just can't pay that. All right, let's get past this music. Dang, they already started laying down the asphalt for this already. Look at that. I'm pretty sure before the end of the day, they're going to have most of this covered in asphalt already. And, they're probably being pushed to work a little extra hard as well, too, because there is a lot of money that flows through here. So they don't want to be down spots or anything like that. Relic.
Hola, buenos días, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien.
How much is the purse? $10? Okay. really didn't like it that much. I mean, if it was a few dollars, I would have picked it up, but it's Relic. It's not anything. It's not like Fossil. Fossil's a lot better than Relic, but I'll just get it because it's brand new with tags. It is a brand that I remember from back in my era, back in my younger days, seeing it at department stores like Emporium and Macy's and JCPenney's, Mervyn's. I think Mervyn's too. Oh, look at the little dog. Has a little coat on. All right, let's work our way. Let me look over here. The last time, so we were here earlier in the week, and one of the vendors that buy from a lot was set up, I think, on this aisle or the next one. All right, let's go find them.
Hey, Julieta.
How much on the candle holder?
That one's $2.
$2? Okay, cool.
Would you like a bag?
No, I have a cart.
Okay.
I think for $5. Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
You too. Alright, let's put this in there. Oh man, it's glittery. Alright, let's put this like this. Look, I have this thing down here now. Just make sure not to stack anything on top of that. Alright. Man, I had that. A bunch of coffee grounds on the bottom of that McDonald's cup. And that's why I like to make my own coffee. Make it the way I like it. With no coffee grounds. Definitely look out for. That was Bath and Body Works candle holder. Definitely, no, candle holders look out for. Yankee Candle, stuff like that. Hey, I wonder if anybody knows what this is here. That is a CD changer that would go in the back of your car. Oh, there we go, yeah. They have it in. How did this come out, if I remember correctly? I think it might need power. Who knows if it works? That's the problem with that. Okay. Man, coffee ground messed up. What else? Nothing really else here. A bunch of kind of generic mice and keyboards. Alright, let's move down the line. Oh. Now this vendor here I definitely look out for because him and his associates, they sell weekend, Thursdays, the big days, and they usually have some good stuff. Problem is, on like the Thursdays and Saturdays and Sundays, they really charge up. So, what I like to do is catch them on Wednesdays and Fridays when they're trying to clear stuff out. And I've definitely found stuff that I was looking at on those other days and got them at a good discount. see. Let's move on down the aisle here. A big crowd.
The horse. 12. También se puede separar, ¿verdad? Ok, gracias.
Alright.
I'll put it down home, okay? Let's call Daddy so we know what you got.
There's always cool items there, but the prices aren't really anything that I can pay. But you never know. You always got to check it out because you guys come across some really cool items, really good items. It takes the time and effort to make sure they're clean and could be worth it. Always a possibility. All right.
La banqueta allí enfrente. Pero como tú le dijiste que cuatro pies que es muy grande,
Sí.
está muy ancha, le dije, pues no le haces, si él así te dijo, así ponche la banqueta.
Si me vas al precio que lo tiene el Lister,
Ay, no,
Claro, como-
no es una idea, ¿me entiendes? Este cuesta $32, este nomás, ¿me entiendes? Este cuesta 40, te estoy dejando como en 20, 15 dólares, todo junto por $5. ¿Entiendes? Muy buen día. ¿Qué te dije? No, y entre más lo checas, más te vas a convencer que sí. La marca ya no. Hey,
Estamos iguales, pues compramos y revendemos.
$60, man. Only difference.
But how much you sell?
I know, but todo está bien.
All right. Okay, so the vendor I was just at, I'm gonna try to do a little bit more explaining as far as why I don't buy from certain spots, or why I don't even ask sometimes. Because the vendor I was just at charges astronomical, double, sometimes triple what eBay wants. So you saw that those N64 games, you saw the N64 case. Yeah, that was you would probably be charging $200 for that. So he was already charging $60 from sort of like model car that they don't sell anywhere near $60. I'm always kind of curious because sometimes, you know, I'll see that stuff 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden it's gone. So I don't know if he just eventually lowers the price so that someone comes and buys them. Maybe there's a collector that comes through. But a lot of people here are looking for items to resell. Oh, and not only that, the guy that had the N64 stuff that sells crazy prices, he was saying $1, which this is $1. You know, it's trying to get people to, everyone's trying to attract the crowd, and then once you get them over there, they see something they like, and hopefully you hook them. A big smell of garlic, like a big old garlic clove or something. Not sure. Okay. Oh. Oh, this is a portable battery pack for a Echo. All right, let's start. Let's park over here and let's start looking at these bins. Oh, man. All right, let's see what we can find here. Okay, so lots of music going on in the different sections I was in right now, but over at Lupin's we picked up a bunch of picked up this I believe this is beaver. I don't know how much that would go for, but we got everything for $20. I got a bunch of vacuum cleaner bags, which should not just make our money back, but put us in a profit. We'll sell them individually. I stopped at a next vendor right next to her, and we picked up, first of all, I paid $15 for these, and it's not worth it, but just personal purchase. But what we did get to resell are these two little paperweights, kind of cool. Not sure really what they would go for. Probably going to have trouble finding any comps on those. Looks like custom pieces, and this is a little and lipstick holder. So I don't know. I'm guessing maybe 30 or 40, and each of those paperweights I'm also guessing about 30 or 40 as well too, and hopefully pay for the cards I bought for myself. Those really don't have much value. Well, you know, I'll look them up just to be on the safe side, but those specialty cards don't really hold much value at all. They're cool, I'm gonna not turn this around because there might be a code on the back. No, there isn't. Oh, this is not worth it. It's distributed with, it's like in case you got to reinstall the operating system. Vista was not a very popular operating system. If I see Windows 10 ones with keys, that would be worth it. They sell for about $30. But there's someone here that I saw has a couple of Windows 10 packs with keys, and he wanted $30, so he probably looked them up. You know, and those are kind of worth it to the right buyer. Here at the flea market, I don't know. I mean, you have to wait for someone like me to come along and buy it, but I'm going to try to resell it online. Because Windows 10, for those of you that don't know, Windows 10 will work perfectly fine with no key needed. You can use it perfectly fine, operate it. There's some features that, like customizable features that you would need. Yeah. I'm circling back around to try to see. I don't know if anybody's been set up since we left, since we passed through here, if there's any new people. Hopefully. Oh man.
I love your cover on, but they don't have.
Let's go this way.
No, they're up front.
What do we got here? Some little anti-static bags. What's down here? Motherboard. Alright. Got there. This is an Intel board.
Here, my friend. Ask Lori.
Do you mind if I drop your clothes?
Go for it.
Yeah?
Hey, I'll come back, okay? I bring 60.
Yeah, I got some bunch of bent pins right there.
I don't know what I want.
All right.
That's all right.
Let's go this way.
Certain things I don't know, Jessica. You're supposed to sell everything, but I don't know. That camcorder, where's the camcorder? Do we ever, I don't even know where it is at home.
I thought it was in your bed, but I seen that was something else. I thought it was in your bed, but that was something else.
You haven't done anything for it?
You ever hear?
Okay.
Right here?
That was nice.
Yeah, go ahead, you can dig through there, whatever. Huh. Come here. Here. Wait, we've gone.
Sometimes I don't know whether I left things or that one.
We have already gone through this. You have, I have. Look at this is the watches down here.
Where's the Baker Light one
Here's
there?
this one.
Do you know where that one is?
Yeah, it's in your, I think you got it. You put it inside. That was the white one.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some watches in here, Lori, if you want to
They
pick
don't,
up.
I don't care. These ones are just so on there.
You want to sell those watches? Or how much are these ones?
Right here.
They're,
Excuse me. Thank you.
like, there's $10 each for this.
Give you 5, okay?
There's 44.
Yeah, she's like 5 for both.
Wait, for this?
For those two, I don't
Yeah, give you 5.
She can push my car.
What? No.
This, I don't want. I never used
How much is
$3.
Two.
Three.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what you can't do. Argue like that. It's okay. You're not argue about stuff like that.
No, I can't wait to
You want this red one?
Yeah, I might take all those.
This one right here now.
What's the buy them all? He said.
Yeah.
Yeah, these ones. I don't know. They say.
See if I can find the right charger for them.
Oh, we got chargers, I think, but not here. Yeah, we got chargers for them.
Okay.
I don't actually have them here. But these ones
see.
are
That one, that one.
the nice one. Two more.
Another one there.
Yeah, another one here. No,
That one? No.
that's
Maybe over here. Okay. Let me keep looking through here.
1, 2, okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, oh, jeez. A whole bunch of them here.
Here's another one. More.
Well, any cord in there?
Well,
Just the thing. Okay.
we might have one in the car on there.
Okay.
We might have one in the
How much are you asking on all the watches?
Lori, what do
If
you
I
want?
bought them all.
How many do you have?
Let's see, how many you got?
Sure, let's count these out here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14, 15, 16, 17 of them.
17 of them? One
Yeah.
This one's a good one to write there. Okay, so 17, so, 17
What would you think?
Let's see. Lori. Lori, there's 17 of them.
Would you
You said 5.
5 each? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if I can do 5 each for them if I don't know, if they work. If I bought them all for 30, would that be cool or?
You have to ask her, I doubt it.
Okay, I'll ask her. If I got them all for $30, would that be cool or no? Okay. Okay.
How many do you have? 17 of them?
17, yeah.
So 17 would
Excuse me, I have you 7. What? 7.
What?
$7 I'm gonna pay you, right? 5 plus 3.
Lori. 5 plus 3 here. 8. $2. For him.
$2 for him?
Yeah.
I don't have $2.
It's okay, we're gonna see some more.
Yeah, just do something else.
Can I?
Right here, I do.
Okay, that's okay. That's all right. All
Yeah.
right, take care. Yeah, I just decided to not deal with those watches. So sometimes you just have to walk away and not, get involved in something that will probably not, might take a while to sell. Those Pebble watches do sell. They just, the one cord that was there didn't really go to it, so I definitely do invest in a cord. Odds are, I don't know, maybe half of them actually work or hold a charge. Got to find the right buyer, which on eBay, you can find the right buyer for those. It's not a problem. They take several months to sell them off at $15 each. So I'd want to be in on them at about $2 a piece. or less. And there was a lot of confusion. They didn't know, you know, if they wanted to take lower or not. They wanted $5 each, and I mean, that's what they want. That's what they want. We'll keep moving on. There'll be other deals, other bundles, other bargains, better stuff too. I mean, I see a lot of people here trying to sell those Pebble watches. A lot of those floating around back in the day when it first came out. One of the first, you know, smart watches. So a lot of them around here floating around, and yeah, they're just not worth it. Not worth it for $5 each. Let's move on. All right, so we passed up on the watch deal, but we did find, just right now, I got that coin bank for $7. So pretty cool. It should sell for about $30 to $40. Just recently sold one, not that same brand, but I did sell another one for $30. So those are actually surprisingly, people like them. Then I got this. Oh, I got some Vans right here. Vans are only $2 for these Vans, so of course I'm gonna snap them up. They had other Vans there, but really just looking out for the unique patterns that will appeal to people. And then this right here, Legend of Zelda switch bag, kind of like laptop style carrying bag. You know, that should be, I don't know, $20 or $30 more than likely. But, and I would take those items over those watches. So, all right, we're gonna wrap up this trip. If I find anything else, I'll pop back on here, but otherwise, if you're here just to watch me shop here at the flea market or the Goodwill, wherever we're at, that'll be the end of this segment, and then we'll go to the what do you call it? The and not the recap. A recap, you know, talking points, and we'll also look at some sold items.
Hey everybody, welcome to the end of the video, and hope you guys enjoyed that trip over to the flea market. Don't forget, I am doing my live shows at the flea market every Thursday. We start right around 9 o'clock. I was saying 8:30 to 9, but it's really looking more like 9 o'clock. It's when those shows get started. They run for about an hour and a half because that's how long the battery lasts on my GoPro. I'm streaming through my GoPro. And because of that, I can't, you know, you can set up a show ahead of time. Usually you'll see people, you know, set up their lives and you can bookmark it or whatever. I can't do that on the, because I have to do it through the GoPro app. So I can't do the, just fixing my camera here. So I can't do, like give you guys a warning ahead. I mean, I could send a message out on my channel, maybe the day before. Maybe that's what I'll do more often, is just send out a notice the day before to look out for that live show. Okay, but now some of the best advice, I think, as far as what to sell on eBay or what to sell online is just seeing what people buy, seeing what sellers on these platforms are buying to resell. And which is why, you know, I make, you know, this style of video, me going to the flea market, Goodwill, Savers, even though I don't really like Savers, going to these places that I go where I get all my inventory and I sell it on eBay and other platforms as well too, Mercari. But I also do specialize in some areas, and one of those is computers, and you know, computers, toys. But you don't really see me pick up too much toys because they're usually priced up quite a bit. And I've been, you know, operating here in, you know, in my city for some time. So I have been able to buy toys. And where I used to have success in buying toys and buying enough toys to be able to list and make some money on it is through Craigslist. But ever since, you know, post-pandemic or during the post-pandemic, OfferUp is on the scene, Marketplace is on the scene, and people can get more money on those platforms. And so, I really can't, source. I mean, I have sourced on those platforms, but it's a lot harder. And a lot more people are favoring like Marketplace more than Craigslist. So that's why you don't really see me pick up too many toys, or if I do, it's more for myself, not really just resell, because the profit margin just isn't there. So, but I'm going to talk about the other very important piece of information before we get to the what solds. I just wanted to show you guys this right here. I was just listening to this last night. I think this was in a video a little while ago. I'm just getting to it right now. But this is a very specialized computer, pieces to a computer. And this will probably have to wait for the right buyer. You'll definitely have to wait for the right buyer. But it can be pretty profitable, and you can get it for a really low price. Now, this is a hard drive cage, or what goes inside what will hold hard drives inside your computer case. And why do people need these? To add hard drives. Then you might think, well, hard drives are kind of, old, obsolete. Everybody's moving to, what we call flash. What's in your phones, flash, solid state drives. So no moving parts, basically. And hard drives have moving parts. However, there is a use case for all types of hardware, even old hardware. You see me pick up old hardware. There's still use cases for that stuff. But so I build a lot of computers. I go on little kicks where every so often I'll start building computers. I'll just, get the bug, and I'll just start building. And then I'll slow down. Right now I'm in a slow down period. I haven't built a new computer in a bit. So, who knows? They'll come around again. We'll see. But a few years ago, I was building out my my media server, and I found a really cool case. I was looking for an older case, tall, tower style case, and I found one locally, but it was missing hard drive cages for it. And these are very specific to the brand. This is by a company called Thermal Take. And sometimes they'll fit in multiple, styles of cases from that brand, but sometimes they're very specific to that actually one style. And if it was a popular enough style, there might be a lot out there. So I bought a large tower case, and I needed to put multiple hard drives in there to store all my movies, music, and all that. So the case I liked and I wanted didn't come with any of these. So I had to order these online. And where did I go? eBay. However, these are OEM, or original, to the manufacturer. I had to order replicas basically from they came from China, because I couldn't find any that actually fit my case. So I had to order replicas, and it was about $10 a piece. However, if you do have the originals, these can go for a lot more. Now, what can also go for a good amount, and what you could buy relatively cheap, are these right here. And these are hard drive sleds. They call them sleds. It's basically just what the hard drive goes into, and you screw it down, and then you can secure it into the little cage right there. Individually, they're probably about $10 a piece, but you could probably bundle these up. By the way, I listed those two for $30 each. So, but it's gonna wait. We're gonna have to wait for the right buyer. I got them relatively cheap, so I'm okay with that, and it's something I like to resell. But as far as like the sleds, what I just showed you right now, these little sleds, if you see these, they all kind of look the same. They all have, pretty much the same shape. They're very, you have all the cutouts because, to remain relatively lightweight and increase airflow around the drives, because the drives can get hot. But it'll have, spots to screw down a hard drive. It'll usually have like a maker's name on the front. But if you look at what sleds go for, I'm going to show you right now. There's all kinds of different hard drive sleds. There's even sleds for server cases as well too. Not all, all kinds of cases can accept hard drives. The smaller you get, then it requires you probably to use more of a solid state drive, but more tower styles will all have the ability to hold hard drives, including servers. But look at some of the prices on these sleds here. Let me just show you guys here. That zooms in. So probably like about, on average, maybe about $10 a sled. And some of these might be just replicas from China. I mean, if you can find the originals, those obviously people want the original. Everybody wants the original thing. Nobody wants the replicas or the knockoffs. So I would say on average, an individual sled will be about $10. But if you can find a bunch of these all at once, and you could probably get these relatively. I mean, it's just a cheap piece of plastic. Really, that's all it is. But it was designed to hold a hard drive for a specific use case, or go with a specific case or maker. So look out for these. Just a specialized piece that can be worth some money. Okay. The other piece of advice I can give, and I did that in this video, was walking away from a deal. If the deal isn't right, if it doesn't feel right, if it's, something like electronics, and you see I deal a lot in electronics, you really have to buy them at an incredibly low price, because if you can't test it, you have no idea if it works or doesn't work. There have been many times where I brought electronics back home and try to test them out. They don't work. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll look to see what it's going for parts or not working. I don't like to sell a ton of not working stuff just because it doesn't it doesn't sell that fast, and I don't want to be just a junk dealer either. So you could look to see what it's selling for parts, and then go from there. Then base what you're going to pay for them off of that. Usually, though, the sellers that I encounter, especially at the flea market, will always want to price it at a working price, as if it's a completely brand new working device, which it would be great if it was, but you can't, as a reseller, you're there to buy items to resell. You can't go by that at all. You have to go by what it sells for parts. Or just stay away from it completely, like I did with those watches. I completely just, it made sense at about $30, because those watches, those are the Pebble smartwatches, the first smartwatch that I remember really came out, I believe. Then they had a bunch of, later on they had a bunch of versions, and on average for parts they should sell for right around $10. The data will look kind of deceiving, because it'll show you a bunch of solds that happened for parts recently, but based on my experience selling those, they don't move fast at all. They will sit there in your inventory forever, and people will constantly try to talk you down and try to get them for dirt cheap. You can hold out, but I prefer just not buy them in the first place. So I have purchased them from time to time when I've been able to bundle them in deals and get them for $1 or less, and then I'll throw them up for parts. If they work, great. If they don't, obviously I put it for parts. And that's what I was assuming with most of those. And they did have the charger. Those smartwatches require a very specific charger, and I wasn't really going to invest in any chargers if I didn't, if I wasn't going to get a good enough deal on the bundle. And the one charger they had there, I was trying to, it might have gone to a different model, but it wasn't working for the smartwatch they had the most of, or that model that they had the most of there. And then that other guy, that other guy that was there in the video buying like the guitar and little keyboard thing. I mean, he's there at the flea market all the time. He's a vendor there at the flea market, and one of the things he does a lot is buy from other vendors that he knows that sell at cheap prices, and he'll buy from them and then take them over to his booth and mark up the price. His booth is at or and above eBay prices, but which you could do whatever you want. If that's just another form of reselling. Obviously, you can buy from other people, and just what I do, I buy from other people, but I put it online instead. And you could do that there. However, I just don't care for his pushiness, and you heard him there in the video. And it was like, they said $3 for that little. I believe that was like some sort of like a MIDI or mixer or something. I'm not 100% sure, that little keyboard thing, but I probably should have picked it up. But they initially said $3, and I think he said $2. Like his finagling over, the dollar, which, yeah, I always talk about, counting every dollar, counting every, penny. When it comes to shipping supplies, going down to the penny there. But the fact that, because I know him and I know that flea market, I know what he's going to do. He's probably going to sell that keyboard for $60 to $70 is probably what he's going to ask. I'm completely familiar with with his booth, what he sells. I walk by it all the time. Occasionally, I'll throw out an offer once in a while just to see, if I can somehow get a good deal, but it never happens. So, and I just don't like the pushiness, and I just got out of the situation. I was thinking of just trying to maybe negotiate a little bit more, but I was getting out of there. I was like, I could tell they were getting kind of frustrated with him as well too. He buys for them pretty regularly. Those women that were selling there, they don't come often, but they do come from time to time, and they do have really good prices usually on their items. As you could tell, he was. I don't know that little guitar. I don't know if you saw that little guitar that he was. It looked like a little electrical guitar. I think he only got that for $5. I'm pretty sure that would go for more than $5. That little Yamaha keyboard, I'm pretty sure that's going to go for more than $3. I don't know if it's going to go for what he's asking, but I do know he'll mark it up like 100 times. Something crazy. That'll be like 300. He'll probably mark it up like about 20 to 30 times, somewhere around there, and try to sell it. He must be successful at it because he's there every single day that the flea market's open. Well, I don't know about the weekends. I haven't been on the weekends in a while, but I know he's there every day I'm there. So, and one of his, his thing is to buy from other vendors that are there, and then he, resells it there. But the vendors that have the most success are the ones that obviously try to move product, and the ones that try to move product are typically your locker buyers because they buy so many lockers that they just need to keep moving product. Okay, but backing out of a deal is also some great advice, because you could just, you could be throwing your money away into a deal and not make it back fast enough. Maybe you buy it and half of them are broken, or you buy it and you can't get the chargers for them. So be cautious when you're out there, especially in the electronic world. Like I've always said, buy for parts. If it's brand new, easy. If you are buying something, you're not sure if it works, especially at a flea market, parts, see what it goes for parts, and if it's even sellable for parts too as well. Excuse me, if it's even sellable for parts. If it's even sellable for parts. Okay. Let's go ahead and get over to the sold items, because I have a few interesting ones, and one I want to talk about, which are some shoes. Okay, time for what's sold. All right, everything will appear right over here on this side. This is my right. Might be, when it comes on the computer, it's actually going to be on the left side of the screen. It's a reversed image. Otherwise, the first right off the bat, we have a Seagate One Touch 2 TB, stands for terabyte, hard drive, and it's a portable hard drive. Now, I found this at Savers on the baggie wall, and what really, tipped me off to what it was, that little symbol down the corner right there, that is the symbol for Seagate, and Seagate makes hard drives, storage for computers, portable storage, USB drives, all that. So, I saw that little symbol, I knew immediately it was going to be some sort of a storage device. And then when I took it off the wall, it luckily had the USB cord with it. And on the inside of the USB cords, the actual connector, you'll see there's different colors usually. White is usually an older standard, USB 2.0. Blue is USB 3.0. And it kind of just, the speed at which it, can transfer data. Obviously, 3.0 is better, and there's 3.1, there's other, faster. But what that told me was this was probably, it still wasn't 100% sure, but probably at least a 1 terabyte drive, and it would be worth picking up. Turns out it was a 2 terabyte drive, so even better. Sold for $40. This one actually sold within about a day of me listing it, but then immediately I got a cancellation notification, so canceled it. It took about a week, but it did sell for $40. look out for that symbol. I wouldn't buy the actual hard drives because you have to test them, make sure they work. Unless they're still sealed in the original bag, usually like an anti-static bag. It's usually like a silvery type of bag. It'll usually have a rip, a way to rip it open. But if it's still sealed in there, I would take a chance on that. And if it is Seagate, but you want the higher, you want at least terabyte or more. And when it comes to actually the bare hard drives, you would want at least, in my opinion, to make it worthwhile, 2 terabytes and or more, and you have to buy it for really low cost. But these portable ones are great. Still works and everything. You can test these easy if you just, any computer, plug it in USB, Apple, Mac, Apple or PC. Apple or PC. Anything with USB, you can plug it in and test it. So, great purchase, great find. The next one is a dog tracker, or animal tracker, I guess. Sold for $27. Whistle 3 GPS. These were brand new. We got 2 of them from Goodwill, and $27 is what they sold for. Now, this is a GPS tracker, so this will track via Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, I believe Bluetooth as well too. But if you want to use it like out and about, you do need a subscription to AT&T. I believe it works through 4G. 4G. So the person that buys it will need to be able to have to activate it in order to utilize it. Out of Wi-Fi range, basically. So, just if you guys get any questions like that, if you see it, list it. If you have any questions, just know that information. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to repeat myself. I was going to repeat myself again. Okay, now off to what I really wanted to show you guys in this What Sold were a pair of shoes. $10. We're not getting rich off $10. I bought these at the flea market for $1. So they sold for $10. However, it doesn't meet our quota, but I was like, hey, for $1, I'll throw it up there. I know it'll be worth, somewhere around $10. And this Saucony, I believe is how you pronounce it, isn't the best brand, but the Endorphin Shift is a really good shoe to look out for. And if it was in better condition, it would probably go closer to $40, $50. However, if you look at the soles there, I actually posted a second picture of this over here. Those soles are completely worn out. I mean, look at the heel drag on that thing. That thing is worn down. But they still sold. And the reason why I want to show you guys this is because if you look at the shoes overall, they're still in, the uppers were still in great condition. The sides of the shoes were in great condition. It was kind of weird because it really didn't look like it was used that much. Maybe the vendor just did a really good job at cleaning it. But then again, I wouldn't think they would do such a good job cleaning it but only sell it for $1. Either way, these soles were completely worn out and someone still bought them. There's always there's always a buyer for your product. There's always a buyer for your product. It's pretty much most of the time. Exceptions to every rule. Most of the times, there's a buyer out there for your product. The problem usually is the price. People really, everyone tries to get a good deal. I try to get a good deal. I'm at the flea market trying to get a good deal. I'm at Goodwill trying to get a good deal. So I'm always looking for a great deal. Now, everybody out there is also looking for a great deal. So the buy cost for you as a seller is incredibly important. And at $1, turn that into 10. Obviously, you saw my video the other day where I actually showed you the breakdown of the fees. So it's going to be less than $10. But nonetheless, we double our money. We're not, not getting rich here, but we're still stacking, we're stacking the profits here. And that just, helps to stack the profit. It was $1. I was familiar with the actual style and I knew that it would, that style would command a lot of attention, which it did. It got a lot of views. Obviously the condition played a big issue into why it didn't sell a lot sooner. That one took over 3 months to sell. But even in that condition, it's still sold. That's everything I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the trip over to the flea market. Live shows every Thursday, right around 9 o'clock, barring unforeseen circumstances. I I don't think I'm gonna do it. I did like a follow-up or a wrap-up the last time. I don't think I'm gonna do that again. I'm just gonna stick to the lives, and that'll be it for Thursday. But like the video, subscribe to the video, and do hit the bell notifications. These regular videos come out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but the live show, like I said already, I can't set it up ahead of time. I have to just launch it straight from the GoPro app. So if you want to get notified, definitely subscribe, because you will get notified, and hit the bell notification to make sure you don't miss when I start those live shows. We'll catch you in the next video.